hear this, you are not alone. This is the resistance.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not too much, buddy. Not too much. Just chill.
So, what you got in mind here for this video?
Well, I don't know. Are you recording already?
I am recording.
Awesome. No, because I just finished watching the one that you did with Conspiracy on. I really enjoyed the format. So, what we're going to cover right now is what we're going to do now that we've had all these new nifty little ideas that are blossoming out of the works. So you've seen that there is the whole Facebook group, that's Worldwide Resistance Network, like only.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we're going to start adding a lot more files into that section so that people can get in and really sink their teeth into the good stuff. Because if you haven't noticed, the resistance now is a whole lot of fluff. Keeps you interested, a lot of interesting things, but there's a lot of dot connecting, for instance.
Yeah.
We all know about the New World Order, we all know about these varying things, but we don't work very hard at connecting the dots, showing people. That's kind of what, leaves us on the outskirts. It's why people don't take us entirely too seriously, because, well, they always chant it all out at the same time. Show me the proof.
Exactly, and another problem that we have is you get all these different groups out there, like Alex Jones or this person or that person, all placing the blame of the New World Order on the Illuminati or this person or this group or this or that. The public needs a definitive answer. The lines need to be drawn, the dots connected. People need to know what's up.
It's going to be hard, though.
Yeah.
That's where, quite literally, the deeper a person goes into this, the closer they begin to realize that this is what religion is made about. Something as, and I know it sounds foolish, but something as simple as the Illuminati. Because people say, oh, well, no, that's the most complex theory you'll ever study. No, the Illuminati, it's really one of the simplest theories out there. You and Conspiracy on covered it quite well in the early stages of your last conversation, which was just that it's the illuminated people. That's all it was. They knew something. Plain and simple. It wasn't too complex. They didn't even try to profess that they knew things that they didn't know. They only stuck with what they knew.
Yeah.
And there's some pretty big names behind that. And some of them are not really, how would one put it, card-carrying members of the Illuminati. But you can examine through their work and what they have done and what they've brought to society that, excuse me, it wouldn't have been an uncommon or an unrealistic claim, which is bad in their time because that was like an automatic witch hunt for them in the end processes of all that.
Yeah.
Because the original ones, they went to war. They went to war with the Catholic Church. Like if there's any truth behind what it was, it's a free-thinking society, just like ourselves, for instance, that went to war against a closed-minded format of living. And we say Illuminati went to war with the Catholic Church, but maybe it just went to war with organized religion as a whole. The concept of controlling an individual through religion. That's huge. Like, some people, they don't understand exactly how in-depth that goes, that the religious connotations. I really enjoy the fact that you're going to go and record a dumbfounded conversation with your friend about the religious aspects of these theories, because that's where all the loose ends are. Why? Because we never talk about it. It's been hard enough that we started really talking about politics, people of our generation, because what did we hear growing up? Don't talk religion, don't talk politics, especially if you're drunk.
Yeah, not proper dinner table conversations, so to speak.
That's right. So we're not really well-versed or trained in even how to approach these conversations with the multitude of the people, as I said in one of my videos. Forget the corrupt here and the corrupt there, and let's just look at all the good, law-abiding, God-fearing citizens of the world and try to appeal to them on an individual level in their living rooms.
Oh yeah,
it becomes something completely different, and that's where religion holds its strength. With almost every good religion? Because it's hard. It's even hard because there's not a lot of bad religions out there, if any bad religions. And someone's going to hear this to be like, well, what about the satanic religions? What about them? Are they still sacrificing children to this very day? I don't know, because there is a strong chance that just as the good Christian religions and good Islamic religions and good Jewish religions, even the good Talmudic reading Hebrew at this point, there's a lot of their rituals that had to have been substituted because, well, wars were fought over this. This isn't news to people. That's why it's all called symbolism. That's why we don't just, kill children anymore, and that's why we don't even kill the firstborn ram anymore because of animal rights and things of this. So a lot of these bad things that people would call bad have been downgraded to symbolism, just like we have. It's kind of the consequence of recognizing every religion. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just saying that most of these real religions that are recognized have only been allowed to be recognized on particular grounds. The Satanic Church is a legitimate church. It actually exists. I'm not saying it's legitimate as in it's a good place to go. I'm saying on paper that son of a bitch pays taxes. That's just the truth. Good God-fearing nations are accepting the taxes of whatever it is that a religion does pay, although we know they're tax exempt and they don't have to pay those taxes. Yeah. But I think you understand what I'm saying by there's people in these religions that give money to their governing bodies through whatever means that they choose to do so. There is really people in the world that do this. How far does it go? Because I've been researching a lot of very interesting things. Some pro-Islam, anti-Islam, pro-Christianity, anti-Christianity. Same thing in Judaism. It goes everywhere. But see, there's some common causalities that are taking place in all of these faiths. And all of those faiths are simple. There is a good and a bad. And what we're recognizing today, which is something I don't think we as a civilization have ever done, is that we've recognized that the bad actually has real people attached to it, and they're not mythical, and they're not, we could go as far as David, I could go into shape-shifting, but I can bring a very rational reason behind why he said shape-shifting in the very beginning. It's almost like people forgot what allegorical teaching ever meant. Allegorical teaching in its fullness is just this: using a story. A story, you know full well, it is a story. Using a story to teach a very important and poignant principle. That's what an allegory is. Now, if
and that's all religion is.
That there is shape-shifting aliens that are running all of the negative aspects of the world, if you remove only the shape-shifting aliens part of it, son of a bitch has got it pretty on cue. But by discrediting himself on purpose, his information is still allowed to circulate, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist and a neurosurgeon or anybody even with a grade 12 education look at this and say, remove the shape-shifting aliens aspect of the theory, and there's a lot of truth behind it. You put it into fiction in order to teach it to the people, and they'll believe it to be fiction.
Yeah.
But when they open up their eyes and they look around, they're like, shit, the only thing that's missing is the shape-shifting alien. Well, that's what was done to keep it an allegory, to keep it a story, because that's the only way that you can lock true information up in this world. Seal it in a story. Anybody that wants to argue with you, the Bible. The Bible, 2,000 plus years. I don't care if we want to go even to some of the more historic rites that go in well into the millennia. Like where we're talking 5,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago, millions of years ago, where we're finding really interesting stuff in the science realm.